What it do, what it do, what it do. This is your number one crew. This is OTR Over the Ropes. Man, Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is OTR Beyond the Ropes. This is your guy, OTR, Mike Drop, aka The Oracle.
This is your man Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey. I would have a little few more AKAs, but the way we starting off the show, I just want to kind of get right into it.
Yeah, man. Y'all know I usually got a lot more energy. It's just to find out news like this right before we get ready to start, you know, our infamous entertainment, which is still gonna be entertainment, but I'll hit the first part. As you all know, this morning we got news that WWE legend, wrestling legend, Terry Funk passed away. Um, you know, definitely a legend. Truly lost early. I believe he was 79 years old, which is still young to us. A pinnacle in wrestling. Especially hardcore. A pillar. You know, when you think of Terry Funk, you think of the likes of battery, bruling. Like he was a brute in the ring, outside the ring, but one of the most inspirational individuals to learn something from in wrestling overall. So, condolences to his family. And then Trey, you want to take this one, man? This one makes me a little emotional because this is my favorite, man.
This is one that we found out probably about 10, 15 minutes before we were getting ready to go live. That William Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt, has passed away at the age of 36. Found out Triple H actually posted it on his Twitter. Um, yeah, man, this is crazy. Like,
I'm, I'm in a loss. Mm,
we're gonna have to do a whole show on Bray.
yeah,
We're
man.
gonna have to do a
Like,
whole tribute show.
y'all know how I feel about Bray. You know how I feel about Bray, man. Like, and just looking from where he's came from to where he ended his career, because we can actually say he ended his career. Um, like so many individuals have said, like one of the brightest minds and creative minds in WWE, like in wrestling, period. Like this man, his creative instinct was just above all, and when you thinking about the likes of the Undertaker, Kane, Boogeyman, and all of that, like you put Bray Wyatt up there with those greats as far as creative character, able to do able to separate his character versus his true self. So definitely want to give well wishes and blessings to his family. Um, his wife, they just had another kid, so his children,
Hmm.
like, is this
And
is
he already had kids.
yeah. So this is one, like, I know his brother is tore up. It is. I think this one caught me off guard. Like, I definitely, like, I was so high on his return, like I wasn't expecting this. So
Yeah, this was probably the one of all wrestling uh, passings. This is probably the one that caught me the most by
yeah,
surprise.
for young one.
Scott Hall, we knew it was. We knew what was going to happen with him.
Yeah, he was
Um,
tinkering.
yeah,
Yeah,
Terry Funk, as we mentioned earlier, hardcore legend. He was in his 70s. Now that doesn't necessarily mean a death sentence because you're in your 70s, but from what he's been through, what he put his body through, and he's an older gentleman. He's an older gentleman, so that's not too shocking. This is probably the only one that probably is that was just as surprising. Ironically, was the passing of his friend
yeah. Brody Lee.
Brody Lee. aka Luke Harper. That was
Yeah,
probably
man.
one that was just as shocking as this one.
Yeah, man. And and believe it or not, some individuals like that whole thing of dying of a broken heart, that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like Bray Wyatt tried so hard to like maintain after losing Brody. Like that was his best friend, not only in the ring but outside the ring. Like, you know, family was always together and all of that. So um like I posted on on IG, um, for Brody just to open up his arms and receive his brother full and wholeheartedly, man. And may they rest in internal sanctuary. Like,
Hmm.
man, like golly, two of the Wyatt family, man. Young,
Exactly.
two of the Wyatt family, man. Like,
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna do a full show. We're gonna do a breakdown of Bray's career from NXT to what he ended with.
yeah,
So we can give a full breakdown because we can't really do it justice right now. It's too fresh. Haven't really had time to prepare. But when we do get time, we're gonna do a tribute episode um, to Bray.
yeah.
All right,
All
but
right, so into scheduled programming.
into scheduled programming. So what I have here is a lot of things happened on
Hmm.
Monday Night Raw, but the biggest thing heading into Monday Night Raw was everybody was uh interested in what Shinsuke Nakamura said to Seth Rollins when he
Yeah,
whispered in his ear. Now we have come to find out that Seth has essentially he's working with a broken back.
yeah. He has two fractures in his lumbar.
Hmm. So the question that I have now is, uh, does this change how we see Seth with this championship? Does it change? Do we think that he's going to retire soon now that he's openly talked about it? Like what's going
Oh
on here? Is this going to be like an Edge situation? We're going to get to Edge in a minute. Also, we go. Is this an Edge situation where he may retire for a few years and then come back?
man,
Like what's your
like
what you think?
I don't see him retiring no time soon. But it would essentially explain the long title reign, right? Not necessarily saying that he's gonna have a Roman title reign, but
Hmm.
for a new brand new championship a championship that has been reincarnated, because I'm not gonna call it new. It's just a new title, but the championship that has been reincarnated, it explains his long term title reign. Uh, does it change anything? It really all depends on whether this man really wants to have surgery. Um,
I mean, messing around with your back is no joke.
but then you talking about the bumps that Seth Rollins takes, right? And then we
Hmm.
talking about the okay, are we talking about a fracture that could possibly lead up to his spine, going down his leg? Is it a small fracture? Is it, compound? Is it something that they have to put nuts and bolts in? Like
Hmm.
you got to take all of that into perspective, for him to say that and to still be wrestling. I mean, if you haven't noticed, like Seth Rollins hasn't competed on Raw in a match in a while since his last title defense. He has not been in a match.
Correct.
So we could be seeing the likes of Big Matt Seth
Hmm.
and not necessarily every week Seth. Um, so that does change the dynamic and the appearance of, how we see him in the ring as of right now. They're gonna see what he can take. I don't see him doing any more like big time aerial stunts, like going going on a frog splash on a table or anything like that. Hell, Shinsuke could be the one to take it off of him just because we found out this information. This could be the person that
Yep.
Seth actually loses it to
So
to take some time off.
So what I'm getting ready to do is I'm gonna bring up on the screen. I have the actual quote from Seth. Just give me a second. Share screen. Jesus. All right, here we go. All right, so it says right here. Is it pulling up? All right. Don't mind me, folks. I'm trying to get used to this new stuff that we doing over here. All right. So, damn it. Okay. Says I do have two fractures in my lumbar spine. I have been living with that injury for over 4 years, and it does not get better by itself. As a matter of fact, it gets worse. The truth is, I don't know what the end game is. I don't know how much longer I am able to do this at this level I'm currently running at. End quote.
Mm.
So with that,
That
does that change any of your opinion or stay the same?
I mean that quote sounds very edgish. It sounds very kayfabe. It sounds very truthful in all aspects. Um, mm, I mean, if Seth Rollins retires, we're losing a big hitter in the WWE as of right now.
Hmm.
And not just saying for Raw. I'm talking about WWE in general. We're losing a workhorse, right? So it has a big impact on the company losing Seth Rollins. Him saying that in like truthfully, yeah, that sounds like he's saying that I ain't gonna be doing this much longer.
Hmm.
I plan on having surgery. I plan on taking about a year or two off, and then I plan on trying to make a comeback, depending on how long it takes for me to recover.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. We're not going to do our predictions just yet, but this definitely going to factor into how I how I see this going. Um,
Yeah.
let's see here. All right. So next, let's talk about speaking of retired or unretired people. Let's talk about your man Edge, Adam Copeland. Now, conflicting reports. One says that he's going to AEW, but then other reports are saying that those reports of him going to AEW are not true. And Edge came out and said that he does not. He has an invoice or in his inbox a contract from WWE, but he doesn't know whether he wants to resign or what he wants to
Yeah.
do. It's just sitting
Who
there.
whoever tried to leak that junk saying that WWE declined what Edge said with like his counter of his contract and they declined that. Whoever leaked that out is full of bullshit. It's full of big, steamy horse, the funkiest bullshit because this last week this man had what looked to be a retirement match or at least his last match in a long time, and then you come out saying that he declined that he could be possibly going to AEW. I know we talked about it last week, but I'm not saying that what Edge publicly said is BS, but I mean, who you gonna take it from? Somebody who leaked some shit, or somebody who, or the actual person who's dealing with that? Edge knows he's almost 50 years old, right?
Right.
He actually wants to retire on his own time. He's said that so many times. So the love that he got, like, and we could go all the way back to what last year, where he said that he was on Raw. He said that the next match that he will have will be in Canada, all right, his
Or
home country.
yeah, or last match.
His last match is going to be there. He actually lived up to that, right? So we can see Edge in some different kind of realm, right? He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. They already speak to that when they introduce him as WWE Hall of Famer, legend, Edge, right?
Hmm.
So the contract that he has currently that's expiring in September is that of a WWE superstar. He could be getting a contract as a WWE legend. What does a WWE legend have? They have special appearances. They have a relaxed schedule. They're in the back helping with creative. They're doing all these other different things. It doesn't mean that he's not going to be competing. Does Edge want to still compete? I'm pretty sure. Edge has always been with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Had a conversation with my boy Big Germ today. Christian has teetered between so many freaking companies, right? So
Right.
it was not fucking surprising to see Christian go to AEW. It was not. Like it
Nah.
was we seen Christian in Impact. We seen Christian here. We seen Christian come back to WWE. We
I'm
seen
about to say,
Christian leave again.
especially with the Impact connection, it was definitely not a surprise to
Come
see
on, man.
Christian
It
show up.
wasn't surprising. It Would we love to see Christian and Edge team up again?
Of
Absolutely. Or
course.
even fight. That's history. You're talking about WWE or wrestling period history. But I can't go based upon those sources. And Edge's clapback, immediate clapback, that's how you know he's telling the truth.
Exactly. He was
More
sitting out
so,
there and he sitting out there in Asheville drinking his coffee.
exactly. People who are hiding something don't clap back as early, that quick. You know what I'm saying? They don't come right in and be like, nah, those sources are false. They'll wait it out. And then next thing you know, it's like boom, they're exactly where the sources came from.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, hey.
Yeah. As y'all can see, I have been teleported into the Firefly Funhouse.
and and Bray's looking at you.
He probably what the hell what the hell are you doing in there? All right. So moving on from that, I want to talk about what we saw on Raw. So
Hold on. Ed, since we're on Edge, hold on. How you feel his match with Sheamus went?
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was
I
a
was about as
stellar.
I thought it was about as good as it could have been.
Yeah, it was a stellar. Okay, I just want to get
It
to it.
was hard. It was hard hitting. I
Yeah.
think that other up and coming wrestlers need to watch matches like that between two old school type wrestlers to see how real the matches look.
Mm-hmm.
So where it doesn't, even though it's a choreographed dance, if you will, it doesn't look like it looks like they're actually hitting each other.
Yeah.
If you look at the video of Edge when he went through the curtain after the match, Sheamus is taped up and iced up. Like they was really smacking
Hey,
each
that
other.
that man had ice on his dog neck. He was sore,
Hmm.
but like you know, I felt like it was definitely what it was gassed up to be.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But moving on, did you watch Raw or watch any other parts of Raw or see
Yeah, I watched the
anything
whole
else?
Raw.
All right. So we'll start with the good and then end with the bad. Well, actually, I don't even know if this is good,
Hell no,
but
it's not good. None of it was good. I mean,
so Mister, thank you, Chad Gable celebrated after beating Gunther after suplexing him over the barricade and winning by countout. Now, this is significant because he is the first person to beat Gunther since he's arrived on the roster on the main roster. So I mean, I guess that's significant. Now, the I think he's only like 15 days away from breaking the Honky Tonk Man's record. Well, because as of Monday, I think it was like 19. Today's Thursday,
yeah,
so it's that been 4 days, 3 days. He's like
yeah. He's
15,
a
16
few.
days. Yeah,
He's
he's
a
like
few.
15, 16 days, like a week and a half, a
Yeah.
couple weeks from breaking the record. Go ahead, Rant and JD.
Yeah. So this is for Mr. Ramp. Um, I'm gonna take one out his page. I'm tired of them protecting that shit. All right. I'm tired of them taking the easy way out of having these so-called indestructible forces in the ring, these ones who are not supposed to be beaten, and you have them lose by count out. That's bullshit.
I mean, he's not a demon.
I don't give.
R.I.P. to Bray, but he's not the Fiend.
I don't. I don't give a. He's the ring general. Like
Yeah, and
that's what he is.
he got beat outside the ring, not in the ring.
Well, guess what the fuck what? Guess what?
What?
I don't like it. I don't like it. He lost by count out. That losing by count out. If both of them are not counted out, losing by count out is the most video game-ish type victory that you could possibly get. That's that shit that you playing WWE 2K24. You know you can't beat them, so you just keep beating them outside the ring, and then you slide in at 9, and then they count to 10 and you win. That's BS. But anyway, I understand. Now it looks so obvious, like that y'all know y'all about to make him beat this record, right? You don't have him beat the record just in brute strength fashion. Like you have him beat the record on account of the technicality, right? So when the ring announcer does it, she's hype. Like Chad Gable beat him. So I'm gonna tell you how bad this junk is. The crowd was so wishy-washy. The crowd was so
they were hyped.
no
They
no
were hyped
nah.
for him.
I need you to go back. It was highs and lows because they're also like, hold on, why they ain't giving him the belt? They went to the crowd on purpose to show the confusion of the crowd because a lot of people was looking like, but he didn't win the title because you can't win the title by count out, can you? When the last time you saw somebody win the title by count out?
You can't.
Exactly. Wasn't it a title match?
It was.
There we go. So Chad Gable's reaction is like his reaction was of winning the championship, not the whole fact that
you gotta remember, Chad Gable, his whole thing was initially it was, you said nobody could last 5 minutes in the ring with you.
Yeah, and now the fact that he beat him, I
now
get that.
I've beaten you, so you're beatable. He pretty much was telling him you're beatable.
So they're gonna let this
that
man.
That was the whole point, was to let him know that he's beatable.
But then it makes it too obvious. You're gonna let this man beat Honky Tonk Man's record, and then Chad Gable's gonna beat him.
Not necessarily Chad Gable.
Chad Gable's who else?
They may have Drew do it again.
Yeah, Drew's
with
caught up in some
Dre
other
with Dre.
stuff.
I mean, I say Dre. Drew with his new attitude.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Right.
How do you feel about it?
I actually didn't mind it. Basically, from everything that I was telling you, I think that it was cool.
Yeah.
It did. For one, it showed that Chad Gable deserves a push. I'm not saying break up Alpha Academy, because I actually like them, especially with the addition of Maxine.
Yeah.
I like that. I would say either do something to get them a tag title run, or keep Gable in the singles division right now, having him go out, because once the IC title gets taken off of Gunther, then it's up for grabs pretty much.
Yeah. Which it
should be. Like, you should make it to where titles are attainable. I'm cool with. Well, you know how I feel about long title reigns. I like them, but then I don't. It depends on who it is, what the reign is for. If you're trying to get them to break the records of all these older people, that's fine.
And what
whatever
title it is.
Yeah, the IC title has a long history. It's it's the second biggest title in the company. Well, until they made multiple world championships. Right. But until then, it was the second biggest title in the company. So, and it's got a lot of, look at the people that have won it. Honky Tonk Man got the longest record. Say what you want about Miz, but he's been a great IC champion. Jericho before him. Pat Patterson, the very first to win it. That was Razor Ramon's belt.
Stone Cold's first title.
Stone Cold, the Ultimate Warrior, when he had the yellow strap.
Yep.
Randy Orton's first belt.
Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon having the most incredible
Mm-hmm.
IC title match with the first ever ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
Like that joint has too much histories.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Even what Gunther's doing with it now.
but it now it just seems like they're trying to put uh too many of this generation in record books.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that. Well, actually, I am. Well, actually, no. I'm not gonna say they're not deserving because I think the people that they're having do it are deserving.
I
If
would
you
have had
look at,
I would have had the Miz beat the record. I don't think I would have had
I
Gunther beat
would.
the record.
I'm cool with the Miz having the most title reigns, not necessarily having the longest. If that makes sense.
Mm,
If you want to give the Miz like 15 IC title reigns, I'm cool with that.
well, yeah,
As opposed to him having the title for like 2,000 days or some shit.
yeah,
But think about it. If you look at Gunther, if you look at what he did with the NXT
UK
UK
title,
championship
yeah,
to what he's done now.
but
Matter of fact, I have a dark horse. It might not even be a dark horse on who's actually gonna beat him.
who?
Your man, from NXT, Ivar.
Oh yeah,
He was the last person to beat Gunther that I can remember, and that
yeah.
match was crazy.
What?
And he just took out Trick on Heat
Mhm,
Wave.
true.
So I could, and then because the plans are not, and we can get to this too. Right now, it says that WWE has no plans on breaking up Judgment Day,
Hmm.
and it says they have no plans on breaking up Imperium.
Hmm.
And then if you listen to the reports where Ivar, I hope I'm saying it right, is it Ivar or Ivan?
I think you're saying it right.
All right, Ivar. It's if the rumors are true and he has no plans on joining Imperium,
Hmm.
then he would be the perfect person to take it off
True.
of Gunther,
True.
and then he could be the baby face because technically Gunther is a heel,
Yeah, he is.
even though he wins clean and he does a lot of baby face type things in his matches, he's still a heel.
Right.
And if you don't want to put it on Drew and have Drew go after a face, you could put it on Oh Boy and then have Drew go after him.
Hmm.
But anyway, back to being deserving. I think Roman's been deserving of his title reign.
Hmm.
Um, Theory is a person that had a 500 plus title reign that I'm glad it's over because he
Yeah.
did nothing. He did nothing for the belt.
Right.
The Usos, when they had it, when they were breaking records left and right, it made sense. It went with the storyline. They're one of the greatest tag teams ever. So
Yep.
if the person holding the title makes sense, I'm cool with it.
Right.
Even when Nikki Bella, when they had her break AJ Lee's record, I was cool with
Hmm.
that. I
Yep.
was cool with that. So it just depends on who it is, and based on how they've been booking them leading up to that.
I agree.
AEW is a different story with their title reigns because it feels like everybody that gets the world championship holds that bitch for like 8 months at minimum,
Right.
minimum. And I love MJF. We gonna get to that later on when we do our predictions for All In. But so let's talk about this train wreck of a feud that had potential when it first started, but Trish
Did it?
versus Becky. I mean, it kind of did. If you look at Lita, is just has been forgotten about. At first, I thought she was going to be gone and come back, but it looks like she's just been written out of the company at this point.
Yeah.
Because you would think she would come back to help Becky so that she can have backup with Zoe Starks comes out to help Trish. But Lita hasn't been back unless they plan on Lita showing up for this cage match that they're going to have
At payback.
at Payback.
Yeah.
But you see the crowd was chanting like we over this shit or nobody cares about this or whatever they were saying.
Yo, like I'm so ready for it to be over so Trish can be done.
Yeah.
Like
Trish over here botching stuff. Like when
like
she trying to do that handstand thing that she does.
yeah, she botching stuff, she botching her words, she botching she oh Jesus, the promos are hideous. Like
And I see this is how I know that I may have not been paying attention when we were younger because her heyday was 20 years ago. And I don't remember I don't remember her promos being that bad.
Trish didn't talk like that. That's the whole point.
But everybody I talked to that was watching wrestling back then says that no, Trisha's promos have always been kind of weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but now it's like she's talking real slow. It's like it's like she's trying to think too hard about what she's trying to say, and then like you said, she be messing up messing up her words.
Yeah.
Becky could cut a good promo, but she making Becky's promos look weak.
Yo, I'm looking at we're looking at the female version of John Cena versus Roman Reigns.
Mm,
Like Becky's trying to teach Trish.
the
And
Hall of Famer.
I'm gonna tell you what makes it so bad is that there's no cutoff. Trish is like she's rambling. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like she goes too long. She should just cut it. Get to the point, cut it.
Yeah,
Like she keeps going into all these major details, and it's just like, yo, shut up already. Like I was watching that on Monday, like, yo, this is hard to watch.
it is hard to watch. Like it's just like it's like damn Trish, like we get it.
Yeah, it's hard to
You want her to
watch.
thank you. Like I don't know where they're going with this.
Yeah.
Um, how do you? Well, never mind, because we're not doing it yet. But do you have any thoughts on the New Day?
No, because I keep getting distracted by Xavier Woods' hair.
Looking like Rick James.
Yo, I have never seen a dude with box braids. I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm not Ryan Clark. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo,
I'm gonna just stop right there.
hey man, he apologized.
I'm not Ryan Clark. I would at least put a pause in the middle of what I had to say. but um
All
but
right.
yeah, the New Day, I think that New Day is, to be honest, I feel like that is pressure on them right now, right?
Mhm.
And it's not forced pressure, but it's pressure on them to try to revitalize this tag team division. So you're going to see them starting a lot of meaningless fights or feuds just to get more tag team matches on TV.
Did you see what Big E came out and said
Nah.
About Woods?
Mm-mm.
Said that he thinks that Woods is talented enough to where they should give him a legit shot at some title reign, whether it be US or IC. And he said that he actually thinks that Woods could be the world champion one day.
Yeah. Did when he was Consequence Creed, right?
Hmm.
And Impact, this man at one point was that close away from carrying the X division. Like his talent, man, he was up there. I remember he was teaming with R Truth. Um, they had Consequence Truth or Truth and Consequences. That was their tag team name. Even their move was dope. Like he's a gem in the ring. You know, he's very underrated. I thought when Kofi was hurt that they were on a process on that wave of putting Xavier to through the singles division, kind of like what they did with Jay Uso.
Hmm.
Um, but
They had him win King of the Ring, so you would have thought that hopefully that would have led to something.
yeah, but sometimes when you win King of the Ring, that's it. you
Yeah.
you see what happened with Baron Corbin.
Apparently, these tournaments in WWE don't mean anything. You
Yeah.
saw LA Knight; he won the Battle Royal thing at SummerSlam, and then he
Mm-hmm.
lost his opportunity when it came to fighting for the U.S. title. He lost to Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just keep teasing with LA Knight. Now
Yeah.
he's got this feud with the Miz, but all right, we'll get to that later. We'll get to another day. But yeah, I could definitely see what you're talking about. I could see the New Day trying to get the division back on track. So
Yeah. Like
maybe them starting a feud with the didn't they get beat up by the Viking Raiders just now?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Drew had to come in and save them. So,
Hmm.
he had to come back and save them. So, it's
Riddle, you
interesting.
see, Riddle's trying to get Drew to team with him one more time. That's probably going to lead to the Drew heel turn
Yeah.
because Riddle's begging for it at this point.
Yeah. The Mick Bros.
Hmm. But let me see. Oh, and then we'll end off this Raw discussion with how'd you feel about the KO return and what's your feelings on Judgment Day? I'll tell you, I'm glad that KO came back.
Mm-hmm.
But it is getting kind of repetitive
Mm-hmm.
that Sammy or Cody opens the show and then they end the show. You pretty much tell the main event's going to be whoever starts the show,
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting kind of repetitive. And then I don't know really where they're going with this because if the rumors are true that War Games might have been a one and done at SummerSlam, I mean at Survivor Series last year,
Mm-hmm.
and with Judgment Day not going anywhere, and eventually JD McDonough is going to join the group. Right now, they're just doing the whole we don't know you, you're Finn's friend, not ours.
Mm-hmm.
You could definitely have a War Games match between Judgment Day and them,
But do you
but
see what's going on?
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's they're doing the same thing with JD McDonough and Judgment Day that they did with Sammy and the Bloodline. They're doing the same exact thing.
Hmm.
When Sammy was doing it, Sammy was almost like a tag along, right?
Mhm.
But Jimmy was like, I'm cool with him. Like, I ain't got no problem with him. Like, he's cool. And you just see him popping up trying to help, but messes around, cost him stuff, and then he has to play truthfully.
Dom don't really got a problem with JD. It's Rhea and Damien.
Yeah, Dom is neutral,
He don't care.
but
But
that's like
he do whatever mommy tell him to do though.
right. That was like Solo. Solo
Hmm.
ain't had a problem with Sammy. Solo
Remember,
was just like,
remember he told Sammy to come with him to the ring. Neither one of his brothers.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's the same thing. I know it's gonna happen. Um, so okay, so this KO and in KO coming back thing, I love it. Glad he came back. Needed to come back. I remember you even mentioned that he was spotted in house shows. Of course, that's to make sure that he's good enough to take a bump on live TV.
Hmm.
Um, but just how they do it is just so like you corner the band on all sides of the ring, like the Shield, right?
Hmm.
So we've seen it in the Shield, we've seen it in DX, we've even seen it with Mankind. That's how far I'm going to go back, or Mick Foley. When Mick Foley was on the top of that stage and he said, "But I never said that I was here alone." And then next thing you know, you get a "If you smell," and then the Rock starts flooring it to the ring and started whooping ass. Like, stop doing the same damn cadence of how the person comes to the ring, man. Like, or he makes a comeback for a cheap ass pop.
I
Now
mean,
that
they kind of make it obvious when they're in
yeah,
certain places. Like when they're in Canada, all their Canadian towns going to get their shit off.
yeah, man, come on, man. Like now WWE's doing shit for a cheap pop.
Well, they better get it together because Monday Night Football is about to come back.
And it's looking very promising.
Hmm. But
You might get an hour of Raw from me.
if that,
You're right.
and it'll be the last hour.
Exactly.
All right, that's really all I got for Monday Night Raw. Now there was an announcement made that one Jonathan Cena will be returning. He is coming back on the September 1st uh, edition of SmackDown, and he will be at the Super Spectacle event at in I hope I'm saying this right, Hyderabad, India, on September 8th. I'm pretty sure I destroyed that name.
It's all good, bro. Because I'm looking at it right now, trying to say it in my head.
So, all right, thoughts on John Cena returning? Do we care?
I just want to know why. And
Yeah.
I know we're gonna find out. So we're gonna get the fall of Cena. Because we got the summer of Cena a year ago. So now we about to get the fall of Cena.
Roman's preoccupied, so he's not coming for that. Uh, what's he gonna do? Him and I don't want to see him in Theory again.
All right, are we about to see John Cena and LA Knight
I was about
go
to
promo
say
go
maybe we
promo
could
for promo?
maybe we could see that, but I feel like that's all we're going to get because I feel like they won't even give us a match. Are we going to see John Cena try to take out Rey Mysterio for another U.S. title reign? Like,
But it's something because in
and
it, you
what's he going to be doing in India? Is he going to have a match, or is he going to do like he did at SummerSlam, where uh he just shows up, cuts a promo, and leaves?
right.
Because he's already said that his body can't take it anymore. I don't know if that means that he can't do a one-off match like he did at WrestleMania here and there, or if
Hmm.
his body is just shot completely from taking too many bumps
Right.
with the work schedule that he had, that he just can't do it anymore. I'm confused.
And then it's crazy, like that he comes the week after Edge's 25th anniversary, right? And I'm
Hmm.
like, John Cena, you were one of Edge's fiercest rivals. Like, you should have been there that night.
Do we see Randy Orton come back and him and Cena do it one more time?
Oh, now that, I'm here for that.
Hmm.
I'm here for that.
The greatest wrestling match part two.
No, 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 I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm kind of upset because my Fox doesn't work with who I have cable with.
Oh, me
So,
neither. I have to watch the FS1 Deportes.
mm, so yeah, I'm upset because I know like they're gonna do their tribute to Bray and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna miss it.
It'll be on
But
YouTube about
but
10 minutes
yeah, I
after.
just want to know what John Cena's purpose is, and I hope it's not to hype up WrestleMania and to be like I'm hosting WrestleMania.
Yeah. I don't need any more announcements from John Cena.
Right.
When
Because
you
you
come
already
back, you need to
you
just get in the ring.
you already announced that you're gonna be in Philly, you know, or what you're gonna do. Announce that you're making a rendition of Rocky.
Do your own Hall of Fame announcement.
Right. So I don't know.
They will let Cena do that. All right. Now this one is it deals with wrestling, but it doesn't. I don't know if y'all know, but your man Logan Paul has a boxing match coming up
Hmm.
against a fellow named Dylan Dennis. He's part of Conor McGregor's crew.
Hmm.
I believe the match is October 14th, I think.
Yeah.
Um, did you catch the Did you catch the press conference?
Mm-mm.
All right, so you know how WWE has a code of conduct and they don't like their people doing things that don't represent the brand well.
Yeah.
If you saw this press conference between Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis, you would not think that Logan Paul worked for a PG company or whatever the hell WWE is now. Uh, between the language he was using,
Well, I think that.
the dialect of the conversation. I guess the reason why I'm bringing it up, not only because Logan Paul, who's an active WWE superstar, I think it's. Do you think it's something in his contract to where he doesn't have to abide by the same type of code of conduct as other superstars because he's a social media personality and he does have other ventures like boxing?
Oh, it's definitely something in his contract, without a shadow of a doubt. For them to accept a social media influencer to be a part of the company is definitely in there. WWE is now, they're back PG-14, um, because as you know, they dropped bits like it was the first word in the dictionary. That's their main word that they say. So it's like the language, I don't think that they're so I don't think that they really care about that. I feel like the solicitation of your body and stuff, that's what they really care about the most, right?
Right.
Um like women, bikini, that's fine. The moment that you remove that and it's a nip slip or something else, then yeah, WWE has a problem with it.
Boy,
Um,
that damn Corey Jade IG post, Jesus,
bruh.
because
They said she about to get one hell of a push.
shit, hell, shit, I wasn't even looking at what was up top. I was looking at what was down bottom too. Like that shit was crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, Logan, he's one of those special exceptions, right? You know, and
Hmm.
it, if it's gonna make them money, then it's gonna make them money. If it's because keeping him is gonna make them money.
Hmm.
It's not even more so that him having a boxing match makes WWE money, but I'm pretty sure that there's something if he ventures out and does something extra that some kind of percentage goes to WWE because he's under contract with them.
Hmm. Yeah. So, well, I will be watching this match. Notice I didn't say purchasing. I will be watching this.
Yeah.
I'm going for Logan. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of this broadcast tonight. So AEW All Out is going to be in Wembley Stadium.
The
Uh,
biggest spectacle in all of wrestling. The biggest spectacle of all of wrestling.
so the question now is, what we think is going to happen. So I have here the I have here the match card, um, and I'll go ahead and share it on the screen. Now, some things happened last night on Dynamite, um, but we should still be able to get all the matches up here should be up to date. Now, I know your boy Ray Phoenix. He's not able to travel over to London.
Hmm. So they had to.
They had to write him out.
Yep.
Um, and then your boys Pride and Powerful came back,
Hmm.
and Santana looked like he been in the gym, boy.
Yo, somebody talk about something. Bo Dallas is all elite. I was like, yo, chill, chill.
So this is the match card, but we have to start with what's under it, which is AEW Zero Hour, which is the pre-show, and on that is going to be Aussie Open, the tag team that is part of United Kingdom with or United Empire with Will Ospreay, and they
Hmm.
will be defending the ROH tag titles against Adam Cole and MJF. We're
Hmm.
better than you, baby.
Hmm.
Now, uh, who you got?
Which one? Which one we talking about? I'm sorry.
The pre-show tag match. Aussie Open versus Adam Cole and MJF. They're fighting for the ROH tag titles in the pre-show.
They're definitely not winning that.
Do you think?
I don't know. They could do a reverse thing to where they win that title, even though they're facing each other. You know, kind of like what
Mhm,
we had with Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman being tag team championships, losing the titles, and then facing each other for the Universal Championship when we were at Clash of Champions.
mhm.
So it's possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aussie Open. I think the reason why they're gonna win is because that way, because MJF and Adam Cole are going to fight in the main event
Yeah.
for the AEW World Championship.
Yeah.
And I think them losing and how they lose is going to factor into the match.
Yep.
And then I'll talk about what I think could possibly happen during the match when we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can go ahead. I'll start with I'll just pick some matches that until we get to the heavy hitters. So let's go ahead and start with this this coffin match: Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. I believe Brian Cage is going to be his partner now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you had you're doing your biggest show in Wembley. You had to get Sting on the card.
Yeah.
Um, I, Swerve's faction, the Moguls, is kind of growing on me a little bit now.
Yeah. It's
I don't like how they kicked out AR Fox. I thought he was a good addition, but We'll
Damn, they
see.
just added him, didn't they?
Yeah, and they just kicked him out last night
Oh gosh.
because he couldn't beat the young boy Nick Wayne
Yeah.
because he couldn't beat him, so they
Mm,
kicked him out. And then they aligned with Christian and Luchasaurus.
mm-hmm.
But in this match, I'm gonna go ahead and take the baby faces. I'm gonna take Sting and Darby.
Yeah, I for this to be their match, it's kind of. I mean, no, we've seen the Undertaker lose in coffin matches, so to keep it alive, I'm gonna go with Swerve and Brian Cage or Christian Cage, whoever it may be.
All right. So let's go ahead and move to the uh, Stadium Stampede match.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, and Eddie Kingston and Penta. Remove the mystery partner. They're not going to. I don't believe they're going to be there anymore. I think they killed that
Mm-hmm.
against Blackpool Combat Club. Moxley, Claudio, Wheeler, with their two new partners, Santana and Ortiz. So Stadium Stampede. Who you got?
Because they each was all supposed to have 3 mystery partners, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I still kind of think that Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, Eddie Kingston, Penta, they're gonna have another mystery partner, and I want to say it's the same dude um that fought uh Ray Phoenix. Was it on Collision? I think it was on if it wasn't on Collision, it was on Rampage last week.
Well, yeah. If they do that, then I'll agree with you. But I read I read that they scrapped it being 6-on-6. You're just going to make it 5-on-5.
Right.
Yeah, because I think the mystery partners is everybody that came out.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead. Blackpool's been getting over on them for the longest. And then Blackpool did
Nah,
they
they
win?
lost.
They lost Blood and Guts, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, they lost Blood and Guts because Takeshita and Pac walked out.
Yeah, I'm going with Blackpool.
Okay, but in that parking lot brawl, Blackpool beat the shit out of Best Friends and Orange Cassidy.
True. I still think that they're gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially with Santana and Ortiz being an addition to it. Now
Yeah,
unless Santana and Ortiz doggone flip on them, but I
still,
don't see that
yeah,
happening.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll agree with you there. So right
Yeah.
now we're both in agreement. Uh, let's move on to the AEW World Trios Championships. Now, Daddy Ass came back, but he's no longer Daddy Ass. He's back to Badass. So the Acclaimed and Badass Billy Gunn versus the House of Black for the trios. House of Black have had those titles ever since they took it off. Was it Death Triangle they beat?
Yeah. I think they actually might take a L.
Mm.
Yeah, and okay, so then you all right. I'm gonna throw something out there. As you see, badass, because I refuse to call him the D word.
Yeah, pause.
Badass Billy Gunn. He returned,
After they were walking around carrying his boots for like 2 weeks.
but they did not. He did not necessarily attack the House of Black. They walked out of the ring right when he entered. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say they couldn't have did some voodoo acceptance type thing? You know what I'm saying? Like since they've been carrying around his boots. What if Badass Billy Gunn actually flips on the Acclaim and joins the House of Black?
Eh, I see him flipping, but I see it being the more predictable version and him joining Bullet Club Gold
Mm,
and reconnecting with the Gun Club and his sons.
I
Bang,
can see that.
bang, bang, gang.
Yeah, I can see that. But
But I'm gonna go.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
saying
actually.
because you remember like when he first left his boots, um, Malachi. he whispered something in his ear. We still don't know what he whispered to him.
I'm about tired of everybody whispering in everybody's ears now.
Yeah.
Uh,
They ain't yang yang.
already, we are RIP to Bray. We don't know, and we'll never know unless Undertaker decides to say it. Never know what Undertaker whispered to Bray.
Yeah.
Now we really may never know.
Yeah.
Um, Seth and Shin, I'm glad they actually said what Shin said to him.
Right.
And now we got Malachi whispering to Badass. Like I'm done. I'm done with the whispering, man. I'm
Yeah.
done with it.
Yeah.
Like this is like this isn't a TV show where it's subtitles where the audience will know what they said. Like you still gotta tell us what's going on. So I'm gonna roll with the House of Black. You know what I'm saying? The house always
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house always wins.
Come on, baby girl, let me whisper in your ear. My like the ear.
Let's move on to the other trios match.
Yes.
So the Golden Elite, Kenny Omega, Hangman, and Kota Ibushi versus Bullet Club Gold, Jay White, and Juice Robinson with the assistance from Kanoshi Takeshita. Who you got?
Mm. Mm. Damn, that's a good one. Um, I'm going to go with the Golden Elite.
And the original plan from the mouth of Tony Khan was he wanted Kenny versus Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Golden Elite.
I'm gonna go with Bullet Club Gold.
Okay, that's what I really wanted to go for. But
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bullet Club Gold. I need them to get a significant win. Right
yeah,
now they're on Collision right now,
yeah,
exclusively Bullet Club Gold, at least for right now. So don't see them a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Bullet Club Gold. No crazy reason. I'll just go for them. One match that is not up here, but is definitely official, is the one-on-one match between Chris Jericho and Will Ospreay.
mm-hmm.
Will Ospreay, I guess he's part of the Don Callis family now.
Yeah,
He says that he's on that Gunther. He doesn't want to move to the U.S.
mm-hmm.
So him going to WWE probably won't happen unless he changes his mind.
Yeah,
He says that he has 6 months left on his New Japan contract.
yep.
He doesn't know what he's going to do, so he could either sign back with them and still have access to AEW, or he could sign with AEW exclusively.
I feel like
Now,
he's going to sign with AEW exclusively,
I'm about to
but
say because his group members already have
yeah, I feel like he's going to do it, but still be able to.
go to Japan and do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully, no injuries happen. But he has a match, and he has an indie match, the Saturday before.
Mm.
He has a match, so I'm gonna go with. Now they're playing up the whole thing about Ospreay saying how he needs this, how he's taking out all these legends.
You're going for Jericho.
I'm not.
Oh, you going with Osprey?
I'm going with Ospreay.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going with Ospreay only because Jericho doesn't need this.
No, I know we're gonna get what's his character that he usually Painmaker.
Painmaker.
Yeah, I know we're probably
Oh, and he's going to
unless
sing himself out to the ring. He's going to
yeah,
sing. Father is going to be there, and they're going to perform Judas, and he's going to sing himself to the ring.
yeah, because I was gonna say he doesn't really have a character for the Ocho, so yeah, I feel like he's gonna be a Painmaker. Or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Painmaker.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Even though they did a good job building it up, Jericho pretty much saying that he's the reason why Will Ospreay is still around, because he got on the phone with him and said you need to relax before you're not able to walk anymore, because
Mm-hmm.
he was going way too ham in his matches.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen a Will Ospreay match, he really does go crazy.
Yo, one of the best Will Ospreay matches that I've ever seen was against Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the one that was
Would
like,
you say that Will Ospreay is the number one wrestler in the world right now?
who's not seen on a day to day. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what he does in the ring, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I would agree with that. He's one or two.
Now, I would love to see. I feel like that would be a match, a good match too to see on TV. Would be Will Ospreay versus Buddy Murphy. I feel like they're close to the same size, build, and
Mm.
everything. What
And
they
it'd be
could
a match that people wouldn't know they wanted to see until they saw it.
exactly what they could do in the ring together. Like Buddy Murphy is slept on, man.
Oh, he
Like
could go, bro.
it,
The
or Buddy
feud that
Matthews. I'm sorry.
the feud, but when he was Buddy Murphy, the feud he had with Aleister Black in
Yeah.
WWE was crazy.
Yep. And what he did like with Roman, like Roman really put him over, believe it or not. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
watching a clip back of like all the shots that Roman was taking with his high knees and everything. But you are right. What he had with Aleister Black, because he kept saying like he couldn't beat him and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was just yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the AEW Women's Championship. It's a fatal four way or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sheeta versus Britt Baker versus Saraya versus Tony Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm assuming because you know how it goes when you have a multi-person match and more than one of the people in there are in the same faction slash group,
Mm-hmm.
the other one of them never wins.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's very rare. So I don't see Saraya or Tony Storm coming away with this. It's either Sheeta's going to retain or Britt is going to win. I'm gonna go with Sheeta retaining.
I'm
No,
at
yeah, I'm gonna go with Sheeta retaining. Fuck it.
I was actually going with Saraya.
Mm,
And I only say that because I mean Tony held it, but she held it short.
yeah, I wish that Jamie was healthy,
Yeah.
and I wish Mercedes was healthy. Damn.
Hold on, Jamie Hayter got hurt again?
Nah, but she's not back yet.
Oh yeah, she isn't back yet.
Yeah, she's not back yet.
That's Chris Statlander that I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
Chris
Yeah,
Stat Ruby Soho just challenged Chris Statlander to the TBS for the TBS championship.
gotcha.
That might be on Collision because you know they taped Collision already. They
Yeah,
taped it on Wednesday.
yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the Real World Championship match: CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
I mean, this is like a fucking unanimous one.
Oh, CM Punk, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this we're we're anything that's involving CM Punk in the championship, he's gonna win until he actually faces MJF, which could actually be next.
Oh, or could it? Or could it?
I'm sorry, that was not a spoiler. That wasn't a prediction. That was a spoiler alert.
Or is it? Well, yeah, I agree with you. CM Punk's going to win.
Yeah,
You got the biggest star in your company on your biggest show. He's got to win.
yeah.
Now how he wins, that's whatever.
He's gonna choke Samoa Joe out
Yeah.
in a submission because Samoa Joe been choking him out.
Well, he choked him out. He just choked him out on Saturday.
Who CM Punk did?
Yeah, when
Oh yeah,
he came through
when he was in
with
the
the mask.
gold when he was
Yeah.
in the gold suit. Yeah, that is right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go to our AEW Tag Team Championship match. FTR versus the Young Bucks.
I'm actually going for the Young Bucks.
Does this have anything to do with the gun case?
No, it has nothing to do with that. I knew you was gonna break that up.
With the gun case that Cash has.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Mind you, it was somebody else in AEW that just had a charge or something like that. It was something else that I had seen, but it might have been WWE. I forget. But anyway, it had nothing to do with that. Isn't this for like the mantle of the best tag team too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm just going with the Young Bucks. No specific reason.
I'll roll with FTR.
Yeah.
I'll roll with FTR. All right, so let's get to the main event of the evening. The AEW World Championship, the Triple B Adam Cole versus MJF. Who you
Mm-hmm.
got?
MJF.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have MJF as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that do you think that we're gonna see the end of uh we're better than you, baby? This is
Yeah.
gonna end?
Mm-hmm.
Because now what I've been hearing people say, now I try not to watch any predictions before we do our predictions because I don't want to use anybody else's thoughts when I make mine.
Mm-hmm.
But I have heard people throw out that they think that we could see uh the Kingdom with Roderick Strong come out and try to assist Adam Cole. Adam Cole turning heel on MJF, and that's how he wins. I don't necessarily know if I could see that being very plausible because
Yeah.
if you've been watching the last couple weeks,
Yeah.
every time um every time Adam Cole is about to attack MJF, it's always by accident or MJF
Mm-hmm.
stops him. He's
Yep.
always gazing at MJF's title. But every
Mm-hmm.
time MJF has the opportunity to attack Cole, he stops himself.
Yep.
He's actually opening up himself, being vulnerable, accepting a friendship, everything that everybody said that he would never be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really trying to play it up as if they really want you to believe that MJF has changed. Now,
Yeah.
is he going to? I think that it would be because they did this with the CM Punk thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
they built it up, built it up, built it up, had him tell that story about him getting beat up and them giving slurs to him about being Jewish and all that, only for him to reveal that he's a snake and
Yeah.
he attacked CM Punk. He pulled a CM Punk on CM Punk pretty much.
Right.
He calls himself the devil, asking for all the devil worshippers.
Mm-hmm.
Said he's a scumbag, but he's our scumbag.
Yeah.
Right now, he's more babyface than Adam Cole is.
You damn Skippy. I'm
So
gonna
do
tell
you?
you.
So
I'm gonna tell you.
how you
I'm
see
gonna
it
tell you.
going down?
I'm gonna tell you how babyface he is. Like he had a press conference and multiple press conferences where he's shouting out WWE people, right? And he's
Mm-hmm.
even mentioned WWE, and he's just saying like we don't hate each other. Like we're here. Like we're having a freaking good time. Like we're enjoying our life. And I'm like, yo, he's breaking kayfabe, but not breaking kayfabe. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Adam Cole is going to be the one to turn on him. Definitely could be wrong. It could be NJF also shows his true colors, but I feel like Adam Cole is going to show his true colors, right?
Yeah, because
Uh,
let's not forget. Yes, Adam Cole was a face when he came back, but let's not forget his ROH days.
mm-hmm.
Let's not forget
His
his NXT days.
days. Yep.
Let's also not forget when he came back with the Super Click.
Yep.
Like Adam Cole has literally been a heel the entire time I've been watching him on wrestling.
Yeah.
And only because he had that injury when he came back, like most people, when you're injured or you're out for a long time, you come back to a babyface reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Now and then it helps. I think it's really weird when two people are dating and one is a babyface and one is a heel because Britt Baker's clearly a face right now, and Adam Cole being this crazy heel is just awkward.
Right.
If that's how they want to go,
Mm-hmm.
but I Adam Cole is a heel when it comes down to it. He's a better heel than he is face.
I think so.
And MJF is proven to be a pretty decent babyface.
Yeah.
Actually, more than decent. And
Yeah.
I
I,
think it'd
I mean,
be.
I'm actually been enjoying Adam Cole. I mean, MJF as a baby face.
I wish God. I
It's
wish Jay. See, I wish Jay was here right now because I told him that MJF would make a great face, and he tried to debate me on that.
yeah.
That was crazy. MJF has proven that he could be a face. Jericho went to him like 2 years ago and said, "You could be the biggest baby face in this company,"
Mm-hmm.
and he is. So, I think that MJF turning on Adam Cole is way too predictable.
Yeah.
But sometimes predictable is just what works.
You
But
think
I don't
you
think
think Adam
Nick
Cole gonna
Aldridge
use
will
the
do it.
ring?
He didn't use it. Well, MJF had the chance to use it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
and he didn't. Uh, I think. All right, I'm about to book this match real quick. I think Roger Strong and United Kingdom are going to come. I mean, not United Kingdom and the Kingdom are going to come down
Mm-hmm.
on Wednesday. Roderick Strong said on Sunday, you're going to see the true colors of both people,
Yeah.
and
So it's gonna be back and forth, almost heel turns until the one almost until the one
mhm.
of them almost do it.
Honestly, I could even see it to where because I could see it to where Adam Cole uh gets assistance from Roderick Strong in the Kingdom, but he doesn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
And MJF thinking that he was in cahoots with them the whole time, and then he's going crazy on Adam Cole, and then that's what forces Adam Cole to cheat. He
Yeah.
just finally gives in and says, "You know what? Screw it.
Mm-hmm.
These are my real. This is my real friend, Roger Strong. This is my real friend anyway." I can see that happening. Like MJF gets so hurt that Adam Cole has no choice now but to just go ahead and finish the job.
Right.
But I believe that MJF will win because I feel that the long story at play is him versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
I think that, but the good thing is with Adam Cole turning heel on MJF, it gives MJF something to do. He can fight Roger Strong, he can
Yep.
fight Adam Cole again, he can fight if they want to have him fight the Kingdom separately, he can fight them. Like it gives him something to do. It gives him a faction to fight, which is what that's an old WCW thing.
Right.
Like they said that the
Fighting the
reason
whole faction.
exactly. They said that one of the main things that why they got Goldberg was or kept the NWO was around because they needed somebody for Goldberg to fight.
Yep.
So that's how I see it playing out.
Yeah.
I will let it be known that this is since it is in London on Sunday, this pay-per-view will start at 4 p.m., which is good for me because I have to go to work on Sunday night. But I could watch pretty much the whole show. Only problem is with AEW, they like to do 10-hour pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So the main events, like the main matches that I want to see, I probably won't even be here to see them.
Yeah, that's true. They jumps do kind of exceed the normal timing.
And based on how I'm gonna have to watch All In, I will not be doing a watch along for this because I'm gonna need my computer.
I'll
But
be able to.
did you have anything else you wanted to say before we get out of here?
No, I think that's it.
All right, y'all. Well, I know we've been saying it for the last 3 weeks, but hopefully the next stream we'll have the trio complete.
We'll see.
um, Once again, RIP to Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt.
I just want to say, guys, as we get close to number 100, and I have a specific date for
Oh
episode
yeah,
100,
because this is
85,
episode 85.
right? So that's 15 episodes, right? So 15 weeks. Where does 15 weeks put us?
I don't know.
Hold on. I'm looking. I'm looking.
I was like, you did it.
I'm looking. One, one. Oh, shit. Hold on. One.
This is why we need to get a research department.
Yeah, you're gonna get a couple lives or podcasts that are not considered episodes because we have a specific date set for episode 100, and it is going to be a spectacle. So
You gonna clue me in on this date?
you already know the date, but you probably forgot. We'll talk about it off live. We'll talk
I'm
about it
pretty
off
sure I
live.
did. I did forget.
Yeah, you probably did. But yeah, guys. So you'll see some interesting things. We might do some interviews. We might do just a whole podcast on one superstar. We might just go ahead and do
So
just
there'll be podcast episodes. They just won't be counted as far as the 100.
right. There'll be
Okay.
specials.
Okay,
like
okay,
that.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, there'll be specials. Like the one that we probably had next week will be the Bray Wyatt special that we'll have.
Okay.
And then
We'll
the
that
week
and then
after that,
that might be a pre-recorded one. I have
and then
some things that I might want to do to spice that up.
we'll do like the one after that might be an actual episode, and then just giving y'all a taste of what's to come. But keep tuning in. Um, actually, this is something that I'm challenging our viewers while we're live. Come make a request, right?
Hmm.
We'll pull you into the live
Oh
if you
yeah,
got some questions. You know what
ain't
I'm
got no
saying?
no
Like
ain't no
we'll we'll
problem with
pull
that.
we'll pull you in. We could have a table talk and everything like that. If you got some views that don't align, if your views don't align with our views, we could go ahead and have a discussion about it and everything. Like so, when we go live, y'all know we go live around 7:45. We'll make sure that we let you guys know on our IG, our X channel, and all of that.
The day
What
that we decide to do it,
Yeah, the day that we're gonna live, because usually we do Wednesdays. I know we on Thursday. We had some technical difficulties, so I challenge y'all.
the people that have been with us from the beginning know we used to do it on Thursday.
Yeah, so I challenge you guys to just go ahead and fuck with us while we live. We'll
Oh,
interact with y'all.
one more thing before we get out of here. I do want to give a shout out to remember what I showed you when I texted you.
Hmm.
So shout out to the I Am Athlete podcast.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to one of the co-hosts, Ashley Nicole Moss.
yes
Uh,
sir.
I have been feverishly in that chat, making connections, just talking to people, commenting on the sports.
Feverishly,
I'm in there every day,
feverishly,
feverishly. I'm in there every day. I'm in there every day. Uh,
feverishly.
I'm in there every day, and I comment. So and people in the chat respond to me. Had a couple people say they wanted to check us out. Um, the I Am Athlete channel actually responds to me in the chat. But today, I posted something about her hosting the show by herself, and she did a great job.
Yeah,
But normally, instead of just liking the post, she actually uh screenshotted it and tagged us in the post
yeah,
and put it on her IG, and it was on her IG story for a few hours.
yeah.
So
Thank you for the shout
she
out.
got mad followers too. So I want to just give her a shout out. She ain't had to do that. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Uh, and just
Salute.
yeah, man. Anybody else who if we get in contact with y'all, shout us out. We'll be make sure to do the same.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
we're always down to do collabs. There's a few out there that I might reach out to. Y'all can definitely reach out to us if y'all want to do a collab. Um, but yeah, man, just wanted to just do a quick shout out to that.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. So we out of here. I'm your
This
boy.
is Over the Ropes, Beyond the Ropes.
Yes, sir.
Hold on to your precious ones dear to your heart, because the next day is never given. Tomorrow is never promised. Um, Pray for each other. Pray for your families. We praying for y'all. Y'all pray for us.
Yes, sir. And then with that being said, I'm your boy OTR Trey, aka Treyway, and this is my man.
OTR Mic Drop, aka The Oracle.
All right. See y'all next week.
Peace.